NNRG.
Okay, so this is another instance where it's not technically going to be no nostalgia, because I've actually played Pirates before, which is the game we're covering today, Sid Meier's Pirates. But I haven't played the C64 version. I've only played the DOS version, and I didn't own it. It was a game that a friend of mine had, so I don't have a lot of experience with this one, just a little. And thinking in the back of my head, it's going to be interesting how they managed to translate this into a C64 title, but we'll see how it goes. This is also the first multi-disc game on the show, so that's going to be interesting, trying to figure out this mess. But I'm going to assume that the discs are numbered in order, hopefully. We'll see. Anyways, let's do the auto start. Now, I do have a manual prepped, just in case, because this game has a freaking 80-page manual. Although that said, I do remember a bit about how the game works. It's basically like, well, the idea is you're on the open ocean, like, being a pirate, or you don't have to really be a pirate, you can, like, it's weird, because it's like that point in history where there wasn't really that much law out on the open seas. So it's weird, but the idea is that you're playing the game in all these different stages. Okay, we're seeing an eagle now. Oh, okay. So this is the screen of the people who got rid of the copy protection on this one. We haven't seen this one yet though, Eaglesoft. Although, let's be real, most of these intro sequences we've seen, like, you're gonna have, like, some flashy effects taking advantage of all the raster differences and everything, but here it's just a picture of an eagle with a disc in its mouth. And some scrolling text. So, not the most impressive intro we've seen, but whatever. So, how do we get past this? Spacebar. Spacebar seems to be the universal key to make progress. Okay, so we got the Pirates splash screen here. So yeah, what I was mentioning before is that there's a lot of different aspects to this game, and they all kind of like sort of slot together. I mean, a good way of thinking about this is like the swashbuckling version of Covert Action. Covert Action was a game I covered on Ancient DOS Games way back, and like it was one of the first games well, not the first. I think it was Covert Action was like the first game I covered after I got a proper camera for doing this kind of stuff. So I think it was like episode 29 or 30 or something like that. So quite a while back. But Covert Action was basically multiple different kinds of games sort of glued together with an interface that tied them all together. Pirates is like that, but not espionage. Anyways, if it would freaking load... Holy jeez, this one takes forever. Like, the disk activity is going. I am watching the disk activity indicator do stuff. Oh wait, hang on. We got a screen change. But yeah, something I noticed while testing this earlier is that it does not trigger the warp speed manually. So if I want this to go faster, I have to manually trigger warp speed. And that's got some potential dangers to it, because I might end up warping through stuff that you don't want to. Okay. We actually got to the main screen here, so we can start a new career, continue saved game, command an... Oh. Okay. So in lieu of a mouse cursor, we have a sword cursor, which moves left and right pretty quickly, but up and down very slowly. And we have to actually use this as our means to select things. Oh boy. Okay, start a new career. You wish to select a special historical period. Words. Do you wish to select a special historical period? You know what? Sure, why not? Select a time period. Silver Empire, Merchants and Smugglers, The New Colonists, War for Profit, Buccaneer Heroes, or Pirates Sunset. From what I remember, or it might actually say something about it. If we pick like the Silver Empire, oh no, it's just going to load. But yeah, from what I remember from playing the DOS version, is it would actually tell you like what the pros and cons of these periods were. And I think the thing with the Silver Empire is that there's a lot of cash to be found in that one. Oh, we got some music. Okay, so an English Seahawk, a French Corsair, or a Spanish Renegade? I don't know, let's go for an English Seahawk. What is your family name? Okay, we're actually using the keyboard now. It's interesting when a Commodore 64 game mixes joystick control and keyboard control, because you can't technically do both at the same time. Like, you kinda can, but from what I understand, the way the joystick interfaces with the way the joystick ports interface with the Commodore 64 is it actually takes the place of some of the keyboard data lines. So, depending on which joystick you're using will depend on which keyboard keys you can still use and which ones are going to get freaked out. So, also I remember being absolutely terrible at this game, so I'm just going to choose Apprentice. Which special ability do you have? Skill at fencing, navigation, gunnery, wit and charm, or medicine? Let's do wit and charm. And I'm picking that one because if I remember correctly, that makes it easier to like get new crew members and stuff like that. Through long, hard work, you become a merchant captain. Full of ambition, you cast covetous eyes on the vast wealth of the Spanish Main. The final step is an audience at the court for royal approval. So press trigger to continue. Got some more loading. This game does a lot of loading. So we may be waiting through a lot of loads. Oh, okay. My loyal captain, says your patron, I can finance this voyage. However, I must be assured you are the man for the task. Do you know when the treasure fleet arrives in Nombre Dios in 1560? So I'm guessing this is the copy protection. Hopefully it has been properly hacked out. We're gonna find out. Unless I actually get this right. Anyways, let's just say July. I don't know when. To be more precise, it will arrive early in the month. Discouraged by the air, your patron's support is minimal at sea. At sea, your ignorance becomes plain to the officers and crew. They are less forgiving. One day, you awake to the most fear of a ship's captain mutiny. Okay, so I guess I got it wrong. But it's like, oh, I actually have to do fencing now. Okay. Yeah, so the fencing is done by using different directions on the control stick. The enemy captain's only hit me once so far, but then I know the game's difficulty's been scaled down here. Oh geez, the enemy just had to hit me twice and I'm done for? Defeated, you and a few supporters are put in a small leaky boat. Taunts, jeers, and laughter ring out across the water as you sail away, your face flushed with shame. Okay. So, apparently we didn't pass the copy protection, even though the game was supposedly cracked by the intro group? What? Okay, so I'm looking through the manual again, and it seems like this one and this one, War for Profit and the Buccaneer Heroes, are the two periods that are most recommended in terms of lower difficulty. So, we'll do the War for Profit era. Okay, so this one has a slightly different start to it. Apparently I got rescued by some people who want to put me on a sugar plantation, chance upon some smugglers, and for some reason they want to ask, when does the treasure fleet arrive at the Veracruz in 1640? Okay, so maybe this information's in the manual. So I am going to look through and hope that this information's in the manual, otherwise we got a problem. Okay, the manual is saying that this particular arrival is in late February. So we'll go February, and then late in the month. And unless the manual's lying to me, we should actually start the game proper now. Okay, impressed by your knowledge, the smugglers elect you captain on the spot. That night you lead this sturdy band in a sneak attack on a small ship riding at anchor. Okay, so we're just gonna go into this, like, right away? Oh no, wait, we got some more fencing. Oh hey, I actually won the fencing. Okay, so that means what? There are a lot of loading times with this game. There is so much loading here. Okay, we got this guy again. You sail to a friendly port nearby. A family friend introduces you to the governor. He provides a letter of marque authorizing attacks on enemy ships. Now you are ready to seek your fame and fortune on the Spanish Main. Oh, and we have a disk swap now. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do here, attach disk image, and hope that this is the right one. So attach, press the trigger, and hope this is correct, because I don't really know. Oh, well, it seems to be working. Sailing master takes you aside. Here in Barbados, you'll probably be wanting to see the English governor and visit a tavern or two. The men will be anxious for plunder and adventure, so we needn't be sightseeing for too long. Closest Spanish city is Trinidad, which lies a few days sailing to the south. Closest French city is Martinique, which lies a few days sailing to the northwest. Closest Dutch city is St. Eustatius, did I get that right? Which lies many days sailing to the north. Sometimes it's hard to tell if a Commodore 64 disc is actually doing... Okay, the disc indicator's moving, it's doing stuff. Because you don't actually get the sounds of the disc doing stuff. So I have to actually look at an indicator to see, like, if it's seeking any tracks or anything. Because most of the time, the light on the Commodore 64 disk drive is not a good indicator of if there's actually loading going on or not. Okay, so we're in Barbados. 2 forts, 180 soldiers, 3,100 citizens, 12,000 gold, prospering. Bustling with activity. So I think what we want to do is get ourselves some crewmen. So let's visit a tavern and wait through some more loading times, because that's the name of the game. It's half pirates and half loading. Look, it's that promising sea dog, Mr. Gemini. A rowdy group of 26 men asked to join your crew. Sign them right the heck up. Okay, so we got the tavern news. England at war with Spain. Okay, that means if we see any Spanish ships, they're probably not going to be friendly, because we are English. So, I guess what we're going to do now is just leave town. So this should bring us to the sailing mechanic. Oh, and here we go. And already we're having an encounter. Lookout reports a sail on the horizon. We're in English waters, masterminds. Let's investigate. Just in case it's something not pleasant. Looks like a cargo flute. Well, let's investigate some more. English colors? Yeah, sail away. No worries about it. So yeah, the way the sailing mechanic works, I think if we push the button, it brings us to a menu. Yeah. And then we can check on party status. So we got 66 men, 10 cannons, 4,000 pieces of gold, enough food for 68 days, and the crew is happy. And we've got a bark for our ship. Can we click on that? No, we can't. So we'd have to go to, like, actually, how do we see maybe the ship's log? I know, that's just what's been going on. Yeah, and personal status just shows that we're in fine health. We've got 200 gold pieces to our name, like our specific wealth. We don't own any land yet, and we got a letter of marque from the English. Okay. Let us continue our travels. And let's navigate around those things as best we can. See where we end up. I probably should check the map, and see where we're going. Might be a good idea. Oh, we don't have any maps. Okay, well, let's hope we're going the right way then. So yeah, the way it works is if you actually take a look at the clouds give you an idea of what direction the wind is moving. And then you can sort of use that to decide how best to move. So there's a little bit of randomness in that sense. Because obviously the faster you're moving, the faster you're going to get places. Okay, so we got a little bit of a line in the ocean there. Don't know what that's about. Oh, we're approaching some land. Okay, there's some kind of weird noises going on. Something's going on. Oh, we're in Spanish waters. Oh. That means we might actually be able to fight something. I mean, at this point, we kind of just want to do whatever, right? Because it's Pinus. So I think, so long as it's Spanish colors, should we fight it? Let's fight it. Close for battle. Because we could use another ship, right? We're English. We're at war with Spain. Let's duke it out. Okay. So let's fire our cannons. Oh, that was actually... Okay, we both missed. So getting the sail up so that we can move as fast as we can. The thing with cannons is that if we're going to fire cannons at an opponent, we kind of need the right angle to do it at. It says there's a light wind from the south. Yeah, this is going to be tricky to catch up to them. I think they've made a successful evasion of us. Using full sails and skillful seamanship, the enemy vessel pulls out of range. Yeah. They recognize that we were too strong. Okay, I think we can do this. Now, our enemy has 3 guns and 12 men. So all we have to do is get to the right angle here. And wait on the cannons until we got a good shot. Now, the other thing you can do when you're doing these battles is ram the enemy ship, and then everything happens on the decks, but after a long chase, the sun sets, ending the battle. Okay, so if you'll go for too long, it'll just summarily end the battle. But anyways, let's go to this town here. Oh no, wait, this is a sail on the horizon. This is not hitting the town. Apparently we actually hit a ship. English colors out here on a cargo ship? Not sure about that. And we were literally like 1 pixel away from this Spanish town here. Lovely seaside town of San Juan. 3 forts guard the harbor entrance. Spanish flag flies over. Yeah, let's attack the town. Why not? It's probably a terrible idea because we only have like 1 tiny ship, but... Uh-oh, our ship got hit. We took some sail damage. Oh, but we're doing damage to the fort. So this isn't over yet, even though we took a little bit of damage. Now, it keeps saying that the fort has no damage, but we've hit it multiple times. Also, I noticed we're down to 6 guns. I guess we lost some guns during one of those hits. Okay, your men scale the walls of the fort. As the battle rages, the fort's commander attacks you with his sword. Then we get some more loading. Okay, I think for this battle, let's go for the longsword. Oh, they have a lot more men than we do. I got a funny feeling this isn't going to go so well. Because if I remember correctly, the number of men you have left really influences, like, how when your character's actually going to surrender with the fencing. So, like, I'm scoring a lot of hits here, but I got a feeling this isn't going to go so well for us. Oh, I actually won that! Okay, how's this gonna go then? Because I don't have any men left, but I just captured this fort. Are those my men that don't exist? The once proud town of San Juan is at your mercy as the remainder of the garrison flees. Your crew begins to round up gold and valuables. I'm the only one left. Okay. This is not how I expected this to go. The town has had warning of your ship's approach. Most of their gold has been hidden away. Aww. So we plundered 1,070 gold pieces. Oh, okay, I see what I can do. So I can actually take stuff from the town. So we'll take some goods, and then the rest of the sugar's there. Oh wait, the cannons. Could use some cannons. Okay, press trigger when done. Not enough crew, 1 ship lost. What? I only had 1 ship. Okay, so apparently, because I lost my crew, even though I took the town, I washed off ashore and onto an uncharted island? Yeah, one day a small ship arrives at the island to resupply. You recognize some of your former crew members. They agree to take you back as an apprentice captain. Okay. So what is our status then? Because that was weird. Party status. So we now have 18 men, 10 crew, only 10 pieces of gold, 213 days worth of food, but then again, we only have 18 crew members. And then personal status is apparently fine still. Yeah, that was weird. So that's probably a good introduction as to how this game sort of plays out. Sort of. Like, I mean, the whole idea is that you're going around with your ship, and when you battle other ships, you can claim them. And then you put your own crew onto those ships, you take command of the prior crew, then you got, you actually have the well-being of the crew in mind as well. Like, if your crew really hates you, they're just going to toss you overboard. But at the same time, you can basically amass a whole fleet of ships. And then you're well better off when you go to take on, like, a city or something. And you don't have to attack the town. You can, like, sneak into the town if you want to try to do stuff there. Or if it's a town that doesn't have any preconceptions of you, you just dock and do your thing. So, okay, so far this battle's not going super well. Okay, there we go. We ended up ramming. So we're going to have another one of those fencing battles. The pirates have a lot more men, though. But because this is... Yeah, the 2 ships crash together and boarding parties leap over the rails. In the swirl and smoke of battle, you spot Admiral Deneva approaching. Denevia? Something like that. So yeah, so this is going to be another fencing thing. Although this character might have the upper hand, but we'll see. So for this one, I think we're going to go for the cutlass. And I am done. So the pirate got me. This is going to be the end of my career, as it were. Your men flee in panic as the tide of battle turns against them. You bravely fight on and are wounded. You are imprisoned in the ship. Months pass as you await your fate. So I guess now we get to see if after these months pass, if I survive or end up... Months pass quickly as you search for a way out of your predicament. Fortunately, you're still young and healthy. That is the other factor too, because the game is tracking your youth and your health, and you're not as likely to just outright die unless your youth and health have been affected. Former comrades take pity on you and trade you for a nobleman they have captured. They agree to take you back as an apprentice captain. So yeah, so despite everything, we're still alive. So yeah, that was Pirates. A lot of loading times for the C64 version, but plays surprisingly well despite that.